Hey everyone, welcome to Master Tarot in a bit of a different location again today. Hope that volume's okay and working good for you. Trying something a little bit different, sitting in the car park at the university and just waiting for my daughter to finish with some laboratory work. So what do we look at today? Oh, it was a bit of a toss-up. I'm going to have a look into Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, who has basically laid it down to the Trumpsters. She's investigating the fraud case over the asset valuations. Now, she can't actually convict anyone to go to jail, but she can basically destroy the Trump organization. And I have read that Trump will end up penniless and broken. So I'm wondering if this is what's going to happen with Letitia. Go, Ms. James. I think it's wonderful. So what's happened is she has fined Trump for being in contempt of court, for not supplying documents that relate to this asset valuation. Now, it basically comes down to he was valuing assets at a certain level for state taxes and at a different level for banks. So that A, he could borrow more off the banks, but B, that he got out of paying what he owed in the state taxes. So cooking two lots of books. So he's fined 10,000 US a day. I'll have a read as to see whether he's going to actually pay that for not supplying the documents. His lawyer claims that they have. The legal system is saying the courts are saying he hasn't, and I think I know which one I'm inclined to believe. And she's also subpoenaed Ivanka and Donny Jr. to testify in regards to this fraud within the next 3 weeks as to what they know, etc., etc. So exciting times. We might actually be seeing some action. I read 4 weeks ago on Bragg with his particular case. He's the New York State Department, I believe, and he's the one that could have actually sent this mob to jail. But I have read that he was highly compromised, he was bribed, and I noticed that a few other readers have done the same. For example, Lena Rodriguez and Danny Shea have also read the same, that Bragg was on the take and he will suffer for it. So feel free to have a look at that video about 4 weeks ago if you want. Throughout while I was talking about Bragg was the inevitability, the inevitable ending and the judgment. He will be under judgment for that. Okay, so first of all, will Trump actually pay his 10,000 a day? Will he pay his 10,000 a day? Now, I can't drop you down, obviously. I've got you propped up on the steering wheel on my phone, but I'll show you the card. So will Trump pay the 10,000 a day? Will Trump pay the 10,000 a day? This is more just a general interest reading as to a bit of gossip going around. Will Trump pay? Will Trump pay? Will Trump pay? Will Trump pay? Seems to think he can get away with it, of not supplying the information. Will Trump pay the money? Oh, and I dropped everything, so I'll just pause you for a second. And we'll keep going, and I'll actually go through those cards that I dropped because they were extremely interesting. This one popped out face side up. This is the argy-bargy, infighting, squibbly-squabbling, the back and forth in the courts because, as expected, his lawyers are pushing back. However, he is playing things very close to his chest. He is hanging on to the information. He's not wanting to release the information. I suspect he knows that it will incriminate him. And I'm just drawn to this bag that this person is sitting on and protecting, and to me it looks a bit like a money bag. So he's holding on to his money while sitting on his money bag, and he's just not giving anything up. However, love this card when it comes to the Trumpsters. The truth will win out, and it will be to his downfall, and he will be forced to walk away. We have it's the closing of a chapter for Trump as the information is brought forward to Ms. James. The information, now this is also spy in the camp, as well as information brought forward to Miss James, and it will happen very quickly, so be patient. So what I'm getting is that wasn't about whether he'll pay the money, that was about the information itself. So it will come forward, the documents. I will just double check that. Can you please tell me, was that telling me that these documents will be supplied? These documents will be supplied. These documents will be supplied. What am I using here? My Golden Universal Tarot, which is the moneyed ones. Okay, they are liking to fling out at me here. What have we got? What have we got? Oh, oh dear. Okay, and I do like it. Okay, so what we've got here is that not used to shuffling in the car, obviously, but this is the greed and avarice and toxicity and just everything feral. And we've got these two people here chained to this devil energy. And what I'm thinking is that these are actually the Trump kids. Now, I'll read on them in a moment. But the Trump kids that are chained to their father, it will, whatever these characters bring forward in regards to this devil, will lead to its downfall. Now, what will they bring forward? Money laundering with the oligarchs, the Russia component in it as well, and it will actually, these messages in regards to this will come forward very quickly. What I have here is and I have read on it before, and I have read that it's Ivanka that's going to be the one that is Daddy's undoing, and here she is. Here's Ivanka. Heartbreak and loss and betrayal. So Trump is going to feel himself very much betrayed by Ivanka, but she wants to walk away from this. She wants to leave it behind and walk away. Now, my last reading I did on her is that is she the one to throw Daddy under the bus? And it came back that she very much wants to protect her family, and she wants to start again. So here we have, this is Ivanka. She's surrounding herself with the truth. She's feeling like she has no choice but to dob Daddy in. To protect herself and her children. So, on that note, will Ivanka testify against Donald Trump Sr.? Will Ivanka testify, dob in to Letitia James in regards to this New York Attorney General case? Will Ivanka spill all to Letitia James? Will Ivanka spill all to Letitia James? Will Ivanka spill all to Letitia James? I'm almost waiting for the cards to throw themselves out at me, but I don't think they're going to. Right. I think they've settled down. Oh, yes. Very much so. Ivanka is going to throw Daddy under the bus. She's going to expose every truth, and it will be the end of him. It will be the end of his fool's gold journey, and I can see her actually passing along this path through the archway here. She's handing Daddy over on a plate. Handing Daddy over on a plate. It's not an easy decision for her. She is juggling, but she's juggling Daddy's money versus her and Jared's money, and she's come to the conclusion of she's balanced it out. 1 foot in the water, which is emotions, 1 foot in land, which is practicality. She's balanced it out and come to the conclusion, a difficult conclusion, that she's going to expose. She's going to expose this underbelly. She's going to reveal the path, and then we have the Justice card. So, yeah, Ivanka, okay, throwing Dad under the bus. Right, tell me about Don Jr. Will Don Jr. dob on Dad? Will Don Jr. spill the beans on dear old Daddy? Will Don Jr. spill the beans? He won't need to after Ivanka's done it. Will Don Jr. spill the beans on Daddy? Will Don Jr. spill the beans on Daddy? These kids have 3 weeks. They've been given 3 weeks, so what's that? Mid-May. Put it in the diary. Well done, Junior. Because Jared, from my reading from yesterday, he's under investigation for his Saudi deal, so Ivanka will do anything she can to protect her family. Okay, well, Don Jr. throw Daddy under the bus. Well, Don Jr. throw Daddy under the bus. You saw how much I shuffled. Don Jr. He's trying to make okay, 2 10s. This is really the end of them pretending to be happy families. He is also, I think once Ivanka cracks, he's going to follow suit. He's always been a weak follower, doing what he thinks he should do, what he thinks other people think he should do rather than what he should do. But I think once Ivanka cracks, he's going to as well. And these are 2 ending cards. Throwing Dad under the bus with the truth. And then it's the end of the illusion of the happy family. Now we also have him. Well, he is a fool, we know that, but he again is wanting to walk away from it. And then we have full illumination. So, and then the Magician, which is manifesting something into a possibility. He's really, I mean, we know he's, this is also a mental health card. We know he's not very stable, but he's really anxious about this, about him being tied up in it. And he's worried about himself being under investigation. It's going to come out very quickly once Ivanka. So this is Ivanka putting it out there. Ivanka putting it out there. She's going to be the strength of the family. She's the next family was going to say patriarch, but she's not male, but she literally does wear the pants in the family. Even though Don Jr. is the senior sibling, she's the senior sibling. So she's going to be the next matriarch. And this is an ending and a new death and rebirth, ending and new beginning, a closure. An absolute closure. Now, if you look down, I don't know if that'll come up on my old camera very clearly. You've got the king trampled underfoot. The crown has fallen off his head. And he's going to be a messenger as well in regards to this, but a junior messenger. So Ivanka's, and he's going to reveal. So what's that, 2 pages? He's going to reveal. And it will be an inevitable ending and a judgment. So Ivanka, and this is so he can move on to calmer waters. So Ivanka's going to be the main player in throwing him under the Trump Senior under the bus, throwing him to the wolves, to protect her own family. And once she takes that action, Don Jr. is going to see there's no point in him pretending anymore. So he is also going to add his 10 cents worth in. So, ooh, and we've got 3 weeks. So I'll put that in the diary. Oh, and then bottom of the pack, just as I was putting it away, I caught the walking away to protect his own money. So that's Don Jr. He's walking away from his father. Once Ivanka's spilled the beans, he can see there is absolutely no point in maintaining the farce. So, I'm getting a bit excited about that. Now, what I want to have a look at before, if you haven't seen the Madison Cawthorn photographs, oh, please feel free not to Google them. So this is the GOP senator who has ousted the GOP for their cocaine-fueled alcoholic orgies or something. Goodness knows what it is. And all of a sudden, lo and behold, several photographs have turned up on social media of Mr. Cawthorn wearing women's lingerie, draped in scantily clad females. It's like, okay, first question is, are these photographs real? Are these photographs real? Just one card, yes, no, please. Are these photographs real? Are they real? Are they real? Are these photographs real? Because we know how easy it is to doctor photographs nowadays. Are these photographs real? Are they real? Are these photographs real? Of Madison Cawthorn in lingerie. Right. That's a yes. But boy, is it a seedy one. Is it a seedy yes? Very much so. The seedy underbelly being exposed to the light. So yes, the hypocrisy in this party is absolutely unbelievable. It's almost like anything that they accuse someone else of doing, they're actually doing it themselves. Basically anything that they throw out there, you can just turn it back straight onto them, as history is showing us. Now, were these photos released by the GOP power brokers? I'm getting a yes, being told yes, but I'll double check. Were these, now these are my mystical manga cards. These are the ones I use for political readings and or general political stuff. Anything that's sort of government or church related. But tell me, or systems is probably the word I'm after. Okay, tell me. What have we got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 of swords. Yes, it's also a yes card. Yes, it was released by the GOP power brokers. yeah, they had him in a bind, and they were holding those photographs for a time when they needed them. So what else have we got? Oh, here's the GOP power brokers themselves. They made an offer to him, but he didn't take the offer, and that's why they released the photographs, which has created this inevitable ending. It's also a call to arms, and it's a collective awakening. So I'm an emotional uprising and overwhelming. So I'm wondering if the people are, the GOP supporters have seen this and just really starting to turn off their party. Is this opening the eyes? So yes, it was the GOP power brokers who put it out there. Is this sort of thing opening the eyes? So the truth is being exposed. The truth is being put out there. Half of my cards are upside down. I'll have to go through this deck. The truth is being exposed in regards to this, and it will actually be investigated as to who put these photographs out there. So, but is it and okay, so the followers of the GOP who are not rabid believers, not rabid supporters, are now being exposed to this abuse of power, this internal sabotage. They're in two minds about whether they're still going to support this party or not. They're tossing up whether they do or not. And the next card I have is the moon. They're being exposed to the seedy underbelly of the party that they supported, the supposed family's Christian party. They're being exposed, and it's putting them off. They're really starting to second guess and challenge as to whether this is really the party for them. So as the GOP got photographs or evidence on other members of government, do the GOP power brokers, now these are the backroom blokes who are wheeling and dealing that we don't know about. So tell me, do the GOP have dirt like this on this level of any other representatives, House or Congress? Do the GOP, because imagine the power they would wield over that person, do the GOP have this sort of dirt, trash, career-ending degradation on any other representatives, governor, any other representatives anywhere? Do they have this information on any other reps? Because this is career ending, and this is almost humanity ending for Hawthorne, both socially and career-wise. Do they have this sort of dirt on any other representatives? Oh, that one on the bottom was sticking at me. Yes. I know that seems like a lot of yes cards. This is the spy in the camp. This is the truth coming forward. Let's have a look. And that was one that was sticking on the bottom that didn't want to shuffle. So it's about information being brought forward, the truth being brought forward. Do they have this information on any other reps? And then we've got the Knight of Swords. So that was the Page of Swords, which is messages of truth being brought forward, the spy in the camp. This is the Knight of Swords. This is a harsh truth coming forward. Yeah, they're going to have to defend themselves. There's going to be, and then we've got this Page of Swords again. So there'll be some harsh truths that will actually come out from this, and I think that comes from the investigation card that we had earlier. Some harsh truths, and they're going to have to defend themselves. Now, this is the power brokers behind the scene as this message, this spy in the camp is coming forward. Now, this is also about overseas interests or an overseas event. Why did I suddenly get 4th of July Russia? So there was all those reps that went to Russia for Independence Day celebrations. Was that what it was? It was a while ago. I mean, over in Australia, we've just had our Anzac Day last weekend, which is our very solemn, very remembrance for those that have fallen on behalf of independence and freedom around the world, our soldiers and our non-soldiers who died during battles and wars or peacekeeping missions. But this is telling me I got very strongly Russia 4th of July. So was there compromising positions? Full illumination. Now that I've said that, and I've gotten full illumination that it's coming forward, this is the back and forth contracts. It's quite emotional, quite heated, and it's going to lead to heartbreak and loss and downfall. And then we have our Judgment card again. So yes, they do. And there is a hidden agenda in regards to this. And the hidden agenda are the power brokers controlling the members of government. But it is going to come out. Okay, that's enough for the car in the car for me today. So thank you for joining me, and I shall catch you for another reading tomorrow. Hopefully back at the house. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.